Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Case. Big update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcase.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're straight into the action here on our third map, and it seems like Nemiga not able to hold on to the B bomb site. It's very quickly into a B site play. adwokacik have the majority players alive. They seem to have overcome the retake scenario over on that portion of the map, and Robo's not even going to attempt it. I apologize that we're thrust into the action in such an abrupt and aggressive way, but we still get to see the result. It does seem like we'll be able to get a bit of a replay as well. Hydra Bears, that hurts me, because not only do I not control when we get into game, or when things happen, but it's out of my control. If it were in my control, I'd happily own up to the mistake. But alas, it's not. We'll see if Nemiga are able to get a bit more control on this T side. Given how sporadic the rounds have been, kind of back and forth throughout this best of 3, I would expect that a buy like this could certainly work for Nemiga's T side. Both teams have been very sharp shooting, have kind of lacked that strategic element. Let's see if things pay off for them here. 1-for-1 exchange in towards middle. The Eagle of Box is able to get the kill right back, but Robo pushes the advantage further. Morals now left with the MP9 to try and lock down this B bomb site and what is potentially a split. Caper, in the meanwhile, lurking his way in the backlines, could be a huge thorn here. And the nade from Morals is so much. He's got his hands on an M4 as well. Maybe they will convert on the damage. It's still a 1-for-1 exchange, but the scout shot from Hades makes things a bit closer. Caper has circumvented this player in towards middle, and Box, although he holds all the cards for the rotation, he's lost his teammate on the bomb site. The bomb not planted, the pressure not applied to Caper. The one-on-one ensues as Box needs to pick up the pace. 20 seconds remain to either get this bomb on his back and get it planted under Caper's nose, or simply deal with the player trapped in at car. A lot of damage exchanged between the two, but Caper comes out ahead. It's a closely fought endeavor, and just narrowly adwokacik dodge the force buy of Nemiga. So now it will just be pistols. I'm interested to see just how much space adwokacik give to Nemiga on this D side, whether they get a bit aggressive, maybe take control away from them, because you can see on just the minimap there, it seems like Morals is pushed through the B tunnels. All the meanwhile, Spiro locks things down over at A long. Secondary smoke deployed as well will keep Nemiga back. And Morals may just be able to get between these Nemiga players. They look to reconvene in towards middle. Minio is there in support as well, but he's only on 2 HP. Any bit of damage that Minio sustains is lethal. Lollipop deals with the first. That's an SMG that can be now recovered. And Hachi is unsuspecting. That's the bomb now dropped at Minio's feet. And I suspect, based on that HP scenario that he currently sits on, he'll fall away towards the box side. Lollipop. Good effort to get a couple of kills there on the Deagle, but not going to be enough to make the round all too competitive. A 3-0 start for the CT side. And now Nemiga have the AWP to play off of. Just having a look at the minimap, it doesn't seem like Robo has the spawn, so simply going to hold for the cross, see if he can do some damage as they go past, but instead waiting for the peak. That will never come. Morals again pushing in towards the B tunnels, and this time he's punished. Joe is on the other side. It's a default for Nemiga to start. And Haji, immediate pace towards the B bomb site. Minio may not anticipate this timing. The smoke comes on through. He tries to hide inside of it, and he's able to do so. Box may just be able to cut him out as he emerges. In fact, it does so. 2 versus 5, and adwokacik nowhere near the B bomb site. This is looking like a clean round here for Nemiga. And it's all catalyzed by that a bit of aggression towards the upper tunnels. Let's just say it's been an interesting best of 3, Louis. My day's been going good. Been having overall had a nice day. But this game has gotten the blood pressure rising in all the wrong kinds of ways. From moments of excitement to pure frustration. Nemiga at least get the advantage and hold on to it in that particular round. And it means that their economy can start to build off the back of it. Meanwhile, on the side of adwokacik, you've seen how close out some of these round wins have been for them. They're running out of steam already on that CT side. 3 in a row, sure, that's fine, but not keeping players alive means that you have to suffer the consequences of it. Caper and Spear are the highest players in terms of what's left in their bank accounts. Meanwhile, everyone else fought down to next to nothing. Even a couple of players sitting at that big fat 0. They've been so proficient on these rifles, or on these pistols, sorry, that they can still be a huge danger. Morals gets one. Jumping into his arms is Joe, who almost loses his life in the process. But it's again a very fast round towards the B bomb site that Nemiga have converted. Because again, adwokacik aren't going to contest it. They're not going to go for the retake. Box may just be able to cut them away as they look to save these guns. Spear make sure that that isn't a possibility. And Nemiga just burst through the upper tunnel smoke. You can see how much it caught Minio off guard, because he's exposed to the tunnels. He's just trying to spot in towards middle. And he's completely turned the wrong direction. What has happened here? Okay. We're back. I suppose this is a good time to tell you guys I'm operating off of a clean feed. So, this is all still live. Trust in that much. But the clean feed seemed to have died for a millisecond. But it's come back. So, we're all good. Joe, sitting in the flames, trying to get the opening pick. Suffers a lot of damage as a result of it. Hachi. This is his opponent in Minio in towards middle. A couple of smokes deployed will at least feign the fact that they could be converging on the B site. Leaves Morals in a bit of a sticky predicament. Though no immediate pressure will be applied. No reason for him to be sweating just yet. As Nemiga look to converge instead towards A. Slowly working their way up short lollipop, locking down this A long pressure. So if either of these players attempts to rotate to the bomb site, he should have them dead to rights. Does clear out the angle. He's able to overcome lollipop, and that actually brings things into a much closer affair. 3 versus 3. The post plants are secured here for Nemiga. Around the edge of the smoke, Robo is keen to the position of Spiro. Anticipates the movement. Trying to exploit that same gap in the smoke that Robo was staring at. And this is an equalizing round here for Nemiga. Again, keeping 3 players alive. Their economy continues to bolster. And in a strange turn of events, Nemiga seem to have more of a plan coming into this one. Of course, it's still early days in the half. We haven't seen these pistols reap the rewards as of yet. And maybe all these teams have both used up all of their force buy and pistol round blessings in those previous 2 maps. Of course, fatigue could certainly set in, as they have been fairly long games. See if Hades can continue his good performances. Oh, they boost up to try and counteract the position here, and they certainly catch him out. He thought he timed the Molotov well enough, and he did. If they'd gone through the stairs, he would have certainly hit the shot. The small change of approach gives Nemiga the advantage. Flash on through, Spiro fully flashed up, and as he looks to jump away from the flames, he gets caught in mid-air. Neo's at least able to answer back with 1. The same smoke that we've seen kind of come into popularity in these past few months towards that lower box area makes things so much more difficult for that player on that rotation. Gio pulls the lurk off fantastically. There's no easy escape for Minio here. This could be another rifle that is subject to a loss, but now it seems like he will dodge the majority of the Nemiga presence. Could anyone be favored in this map? As far as I'm aware, in terms of just raw history from these teams, neither of them has a consistent or a high enough rate really on the map to really justify things. Just to kind of point them out. So, of the 4 times that adwokacik have played this recently, they've won 2 times. Nemiga have won 5 times of the last 9. So, basically 50-50 for both of the teams. It's not a comfortable pick for either of them, and that's maybe, I mean, that is why it's made it through the veto process, but certainly spells a close affair for both these teams. Flashed up. Okay. Minio actually trades back Spiro. The blind and wild spray, the stray bullet that actually cost his teammate his life, but able to redeem it. Get a kill on towards Hachi, equalizing the trades. Of course, this is now do or die for both of these teams. This is an elimination game. Both of them have a map in the series. This is the decider. This is only to stay alive. There's still another match that needs to be played as far as I'm aware. After the fact. Both of these teams lost their earlier group stage game. So suffering 0-2 means they are out of contention for the top 2. Morals could be a different thing. First kill there with the default. Almost lines up the shot into the show, but Minio's unexpected, and there's not enough time here. Box is going to beeline straight for the bomb, and Minio is just completely outpositioned him. The setup there for adwokacik works out perfectly. They read that Nemiga are going to reconvene on the B-bomb site. They actually double down and just... It's more so a gamble. And they trade so effectively. Not a chance that Nemiga would anticipate the second player to be up close in the tunnels. Maybe a fast rotation at best. But they make it work. And now the double up setup comes out for the CT side. Will Nemiga anticipate this? It's again a fast push towards long. Series of flashes left and right from both sides. Caper 1-for-1 with Robo. Actually still pushing forward. He gets the secondary kill as well, and Nemiga have fallen back. They want nothing to do with this. They've committed so many resources to that position, and they still have to come out ahead. Spiro could have solidified. There's potentially another round here for adwokacik. There it is. Eventually he tracks down Haji. There's only 2 players left standing for the T side, and go. Very much separated, very much isolated, and Spiro takes advantage. No trade available here for Nemiga. The bomb dropped at the disposal of Spiro as well. That information's being relayed over. You can see on the map, Caper is beginning to get a little bit inquisitive towards long. Joe hasn't moved a muscle. Guys, I'm gonna get this kill. 100%. Gonna push long at some point or another. It just never comes through. Go. Able to overcome Spiro. Just in time to maybe eliminate Caper as well, but adwokacik narrowly get themselves into the lead. The adwokacik side is, as far as I'm aware, a full team, but they have Hades standing in instead of Jedker, if I'm not mistaken. Box, lurking player in towards middle, not going to be successful. Spiro's there in time to plug up that hole in the defenses, and Morals doesn't move. Crouched at the boxes, he gets the first 2 as they emerge from the smoke, and Nemiga have been completely shut down in this round. There was a plan, and they look to exploit middle primarily. As soon as that player dies, the whole plan crumbles from there. It cascades as Morals secured that double kill. Hades solidifies what we already know to be true. Pretty much a 1 round here for adwokacik. Keep all 5 players alive. That is fantastic news for their CT side. they begin to get a little bit of distance away from their opposition. And yes, they are a team. They are a mix in some capacity. They've been together for about a month, and I think just about a month and a bit. But they have certainly cycled players over time. So I guess, yeah, I guess that still classifies as a mix. And they've had some good names kind of dart in and out. I think towards the start, it was, I think, Bialy that fulfilled that 5th position. Well, the chat and myself, I'm sure the truth lies somewhere in between. Either way, not the most well-structured team. At least that's been evident from this best of 3. There's certainly some capable players. And adwokacik, even though they lost the first player at the start of the round, they've brought things right back. It's the AWP of Spiro and Morals on the M4 that have kept the man advantage. Pushed the man advantage in adwokacik's favor. See if Robo can get anything done here with the AWP. 30 seconds now left on the clock. Smoke signaling a mid to B for Nemiga. They're not biting down. Still 2 players respective on each bomb site. No rotations, no movement whatsoever from the CT side, and Nemiga will start to fall into the open Spiro. First opportunity, missed. The second, missed as well, and finally he tracks them down. The bomb dropped in a compromising position, and they can't get it in time. Caper makes sure of it. Robo can only look to save this AWP into the next round if possible. And he just narrowly evades death. In truth, you would expect better from Nemiga. I think I said it on the previous map as well. They seem far more unstructured than the last time I had gotten the opportunity to cast them and got to see them perform. They play very sort of isolated Counter-Strike, and sure, they dart in a couple rounds where it seems like they have their head on straight. But just there's so many weird positions that they find themselves in. And you just have to question the setups and the preparation. Caster of disaster. You're a poet, you don't even know it. That's low-hanging fruit. Nemiga want to burst themselves on towards short. Creeping forward was Robo. Unable to get anything done, and Caper, oh no. This spells disaster. Nemiga, the backstab is certainly a possibility. Caper might just get spotted out from lower tunnels. Oh, not quite. They all line up. It's instead Minio that robs all the frags. So Caper's flank, it hardly matters, but he does damage to Zhou. So I guess that's a silver lining, but Minio just does it all. It's the ace for him in the round for adwokacik. He steals Caper's thunder, but does him one better. All 5 kills. You can't complain heavily about that. And Minio and Hades have been so consistent in just individual capabilities for adwokacik. Spiro is really coming alive here in this 3rd map as well, and so there's a lot of clicking pieces for the Polish side to overcome their opposition. They were a map down to start out this series, but looking like they may just put themselves in a strong position at the half to take map 3. Such sharp shooting, and I think a greater understanding of the rotations and the possibilities of Nemiga not getting caught out by these pistols. Yet to see it really bear too much fruit for Nemiga. Lollipop has been sharp, however. Proves as such. Spiro is living, or rather, dying proof of it. We've only really seen him pull miraculous things off with the Deagle, at least in this map. Still a decent amount of time to play with. You can certainly rotate back towards the B-bomb site, which seems to be the case. This is the logical choice of the two options he had available. Had he gone through short, he maybe gets picked off from a mid-rotator. He could have certainly crept themselves in towards the lower tunnels, which I'm sure Lollipop will be privy to. And there's that proficiency. Lollipop gets the entry he needs to. His cross is a little bit exposed, and the problem is he's running out of time. As he goes to plant this bomb, Caper may just, yeah, he's just going to push it outright. At that point, nothing more needs to be done. Round is won by default. And adwokacik up to number 9. You can see the odds for this match now, especially with this advantage that they have on the CT side. Things leaning in favor of the Poles as we look to decide who maintains their position in Group A. Who will meet an untimely fate. Spiro off the short boost. Oh, the double kill is fantastic. The Molotov to buy him a little bit of space, potentially the retreat, but he may go for more here. He's looking hungry for it. Hadji, they dip in between each other from the smoke. Hadji may just have lost track of him and Spiro. Oh, don't do him like this. Hadji has no idea. Masterful maneuvers there from Spiro. He's toying and playing with his food. The remaining Nemiga players seem to be meeting that same fate. All of this put into position by Spiro. Hades on the up. Sure, he misses his chance. Lollipop actually was prepared for Caper on the close angle, but not Morals in the back lines. Double digits at the half. And Nemiga, another buy, sure. But it's been so many rounds in a row now that adwokacik, for the first time in this entire series, a team has good momentum underneath them. They've had a strong set of clean rounds. They seem to be holding the angles that are exposed. And playing off each other beautifully. And it's aggression towards the B tunnels here from adwokacik. Nemiga look to push on towards short, and that position from the lower tunnels is exposed. Minio gets the first, the second as well. Sharp shooting for the double kill. And the jig is up. Nemiga know it as well. They've got themselves into position for an A-site hit, but they've lost the brunt of their player base. Spiro can't punish the drop off the box. Speaking of boxes, they'll more than likely feel boxed in the close smoke. Just so that he can get back on towards short. Now Hades looks to take them down on the cross Morals. Oh, the timing is perfect. Box looked to check it, but Hadji was blinded up as well from the flashes. The double kill, backstab, flank. Whatever you want to call it, it's successful for Morals. And Hades, they could have potentially held the cross, but gives Lollipop a way in by doing so. They'll play the man advantage, or rather the two-man advantage here for the retake. Lollipop be a little bit hyperactive about how he cleared these angles, but Spiro still hits the shot. That's the 11th for adwokacik. In what is, I believe, 8 rounds in a row for them on that CT side. That is shut down stuff. The first 3 went to adwokacik. They started things off well. 4 rounds right back by Nemiga. Then after that, nothing further. It's all the adwokacik show. Or certainly a chance to turn it around, but this pistol holds so much importance for Nemiga. adwokacik have looked strong here on Dust2, and that seems to continue. The first 2 kills are easy enough. They use overwhelming numbers, and Nemiga do not hit their shots. The double smoke on the cross is failed. The flash will at least allow them to cross safely enough. Minio, can he get something done on this lurk? Presses towards the lower tunnel to certainly catch them off. Joe's supposed to hit the deck. Haji is able to trade. And they still have a decent amount of utility as well as the kit available. No armor on either of these players, however. And Morals is slowly choking them in. He's setting himself up for the backstab, and he hardly needs to do any work. It's Spear and Caper that both land subsequent headshots. adwokacik take the pistol, and what could have been a lifeline for Nemiga had they taken that round. Now things begin to look dire. It's the triple scout buy in response here from them on the CT side. And sure, I guess the scouts can do damage. They're all peeking the same angle. Oh my good. Okay. That's exactly why they went for the triple peek with the scout, I suppose. Hades gets demolished towards T-Spawn. Haji on the high angle. He doesn't get cleared out. Spearer hits the deck and actually cleans things up alongside his teammates. Okay. You don't need the pistol to be your lifeline. You just win the force buy after the fact. Just as I was beginning to count you out, Nemiga, you deliver. They dropped so fast in the upper tunnels. So incredibly quickly. And now things flip around. Now adwokacik are on the force by the Deagles, the scout in play of Spiro. Caper able to get 1 kill. Hades as well. Surely not. Joe, don't give him the chance to find another frag. It's actually Caper that's gotten 1 towards A. That should now allow them to get safely to the site because Joe and Box are both tagged down low. Neither of them are going to contest for this. They're actually going to back themselves away. And Cobalt, this isn't really a question of Dust2. I have a similar question, but it's about this series as a whole. I want to know what the conversion rate is on force buys in this series. Because I assure you, it is way too high. We've had so many force buy wins from both teams in this series. At this point, this round working out the way it did for adwokacik, it's no longer a surprise. Box is the only surviving member of Nemiga there with the saved scout. And Nemiga feel like their only opportunity is to continue to force right back. Try and find some semblance of consistency as we approach the later stages of this game, adwokacik are close. They are certainly close, but it's again Hades that gets punished for the mid-peak. Joe takes him out this time. It's the scout that shows proficiency, and the Molotov does so much damage. Box is on the flank, and the bomb is on in Spiro's hands. Joe doesn't even need his teammate to find that kill. Morals will at least eliminate him, but that's the bomb at the mercy of Nemiga, and Morals just doesn't suspect the lower tunnel's pressure. This is what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, I definitely understand what you're talking about, Kobold. But in a way, I'm glad it happened just after I kind of tried to enlighten you guys about how this best of 3 has been going. But at the same time, I'm still disappointed. It's both simultaneously impressive and disappointing. Robo does find the first kill. Only receives a singular bullet in response. And this time adwokacik on the force buy don't have a pick to work off of. Last time it was Caper that opened up the round for them and continued to be a nuisance. Box is alone. He's isolated. Scouts, oh, they double tag him. In fact, the headshot there from Moral, still back and forth trades towards the A site. adwokacik can get this bomb planted in a relatively safe position because the rotations are going to be delayed here from Nemiga. The AK recovered as well. The smoke on short is not ideal, so Robo's around the other side of it. They flash on through, but it's not successful. Caper with the double spray down, and Hachi has no options remaining. They double drop into him. That could have been catastrophic, but at least Caper is able to trade. They drop somewhat simultaneously there to trade things out, and adwokacik inch ever closer. Force by win, force by win, force by win. But I think this might be the end of it. Limited utility on that CT side. We saw how effective the Molotov was towards Long previously. Spiro is fully flashed off. Fox still gets the kill. Lollipop as well. Combining for so much damage to the adwokacik side. Morals, bring some stability to this round, please. I beg you. The couple of kills in response. He equalizes things. He is low HP. But Box for now hasn't been able to recover a weapon. Hades just narrowly dipping past the aggression. But oh no, they don't clear out Box. This is smart. He recovers the AK, makes things a little bit easier for himself. Moral's the first lined up, the second as well. And Joe answers with a fast headshot as well. I want to be excited, but this is force. It's not gonna stop until one of these teams can get consistent rounds in a row. And at this point, if adwokacik wins another force buy, they're at 15, right? Nemiga are out of lifelines. They need to be able to string rounds together on the CT side because things are not looking good for them. They're half the score of their opposition. This isn't the start of the comeback. Not in the slightest. I like this idea here for adwokacik. They're pulling out a few tricks to try and make this force buy a little bit more successful, but in honesty, whatever they were doing before, it seems to be working. Haji, not wanting to get tagged down any more than he already has. That scout shot would have been lethal had it connected. Damage there. Hades unable to answer back in kind. Does tag Robo down. Joe, Haji, Robo, all relatively vulnerable here. And adwokacik have the site. They're playing at a distance. They're playing for the retake. Morals eliminates that player at long. Robo answers right back with a frag of his own. Morals now left all alone. And finally, a clean-ish round for Nemiga. Things could have been a lot more dangerous had those scouts actually converted on a singular headshot. They keep 4 players alive. Things now stabilize. Only Glocks. I both hope that Spear does and doesn't get a kill with the Zeus, because that would be ridiculous, especially on Dust2. Hades is still alive and around with the Deagle. And actually a pretty, I suppose we could touch on this now, a pretty calm performance from Hades overall. Morals is dodging bullets left and right. He's dancing around, whereas opposition is spamming, and he actually has prepped himself out. Not able to take advantage, however. Hades has been, throughout the series so far, pretty consistent. He's hit some incredible shots, and that continues to be true. But a relatively quiet third map here from him. We've all seen how some of these rounds have played out. There is certainly still a chance for adwokacik. Spear should certainly go down here. Yep, Lollipop has him trained in his sights. Robo, though, a bit of pressure being done inside Lollipop. In 1-for-1 trade. Hades is still alive with Deagle, but Robo gets the last set of kills. And Nemiga now one shy of getting themselves up to double digits, where adwokacik have been sitting for quite some time. I would like to point this out for the sake of, well, just pointing it out. This is the first full gun round that we've seen pretty much all half, because it's such a back and forth duel between 4 spies all the way through, and Nemiga come out on top. It's again this fast push towards long that just doesn't work out for adwokacik. And a 3 versus 5, the ult still in play on Robo. Hachi's even repositioned away from the A-bomb site. Now reconvening at B. Provide a little bit more support here for Joe. They really need one of these individuals to step up. Spear, if he comes out on top of this duel, that would have been pivotal, but Box, great crosshair placement to deal with him. 3 versus 5, Robo around the smoke. Minio gone. Morals the last remaining. Sat in the same position, and Robo gets the double. They're hitting the shots they need to as they make their way onto the sites. And another position in which adwokacik will have to buy or save for the following round. In fact, Minio buying a lot. Investing a lot into this. Quite a few of them, actually. All kind of hovering around that 1k mark. At least a trio of them are. Morals and Hades seem to think better of it. Box is named take spot. Uses the Xbox to reposition. First opportunities are there, but only a bit of tag damage done. The Molotov actually spreads towards Spear on the low ground there. It bloomed on towards short, but it still spread underneath the Xbox. Taking a bit more damage as a result of that. Looks like they seem to want to explode on towards the B-bomb site. Joe is here. Vera's mid-presence gone. The flash gets Joe. Do they clear out this close angle? However, they need to be checking this as Joe should to seal their fate. They only get the one consolidatory consolation frag. Don't know why I decided to make that more difficult than it needed to be, but they get the one consolation frag, and Nemiga still stay healthy. Look at the money for that CT side. Even if they allow adwokacik up to number 15, they'll have a strong buy to answer in response. The source peek from Robo? He jumps into it, and Hades, he's been sharp on the ult. But not reacting in time, it's Robo being dynamic. He was usually located at A. They thought they could circumvent it by positioning up at B, and that small change has allowed Nemiga some space. Morals, he gets a kill onto Zhou, but the Flames submit him to an early demise. The trade from beyond the grave. As now Capers in the 1-on-4. It certainly wasn't looking like a comeback earlier on when it was force buy after force buy after force buy, but now Nemiga seem to have a bit of momentum. They're stringing rounds together. They've got a good economy on this CT side to invest in whatever they want. Joe, buy a kit. I know that your whole team has them, but you're on an ult. You're less likely to have time to kind of re-navigate over one of your teammates' bodies. That's a small mistake. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite him. But Robo is continuing to be aggressive. He was looking for an opportunity towards the lower tunnels. This time not going to be presented to him. And adwokacik accelerate towards A. The flash is not good enough to prevent Zhou from having a sight line. Secondary frag just as crisp on the AWP. I've actually recovered off the body of Robo. At the very least, box is there. Hades last remaining. Eagle in hand, able to get the first. Joe, oh. Also gone. Hades, this would be incredible if you pull it off. You've hit some nasty shots so far, but he switches away from the Deagle, trying to pick up the AK instead. That will be his undoing. Certainly makes this close. Great second shot there on towards Zhou to make that competitive. This is crunch time. These are the rounds you cannot be losing if you're either side. adwokacik, you sat in the lead for most of this half, but Nemiga looks so strong now on the CT side of things. Zhou pushing forward with the AWP and still playing up close. He gets the second kill as well. Hades there for the trade, but Hudgy is now alone. Quick support is coming through. The flash is right behind him. Hudgy has some space to play off of, but he loses track of Morals. That's the opening they needed, but now that spacing is gone. Box trading things back. Mineo needs to try and sweep things back in their favor, and he's found it. Converts on the damage done by Hades earlier on. Now the 2-on-2. The Molotov and smoke still available here for Nemiga, and they're so concerned about the tunnels that Hades doesn't clear the doors, leaves himself exposed. Mineo sitting in position, may use the smoke to his advantage, and Nemiga, surely not. Surely you don't give him a chance to make this work. He takes Sanctuary in the smoke, repositioning around it, and they don't suspect a thing. Gets the kill, the sharp one at that. Onto box, but Lollipop is there for the trade. Nemiga have successfully done it. They've bridged the gap. They tie things up here in our third map, the elimination series of Group A. The wind is out of the sails of adwokacik. And Nemiga, surely not. You can't lay down the carpet for your opposition and then try and pull it out from under them. And again, it's an early kill for Nemiga. In the same position once more. Long pressure has really not worked out for the Polish side. And it's a consistency that Nemiga can rely on. They're fine to give up short. They're fine to allow them the majority of the tunnels. But holding on to long, that changes things for the A-site aggression. Hades looking to beat past the smokes and the Molotov. He dips in towards CT, but Box takes him out. Robo only needs to be concerned about Gandalf. This approach towards the A site. They can't flush him out. He's performed time and time again in this position. And at a distance, Lollipop is firing warning shots, trying to distract and allow Robo a bit more space. But the 5 versus 2, Minio on the site, they get nothing accomplished. A clean round for Nemiga to get to a match, map, and series point. Coming into this half, especially with the pistol being so easily handed over to adwokacik, I didn't expect Nemiga to get into this position. But the Polish T side has certainly fallen flat. Nemiga doing a great job of hitting their shots as well. They've had such consistency from, honestly, all of their players along this comeback. Robo's had some nice double kills. Joe as well. Lollipop consistently crisp on the rifle, and it's going to be a B play on the cards. adwokacik, they could get caught out. They all line up. The triple collateral. So much damage done. Spiro team kills as well. In the thick of it, the chaos ensues, and Nemiga take the third map 16-14. I can't believe it. This entire series has been such an unpredictable string of events, but to lose in that fashion, look how many rounds in a row that is for Nemiga. That is